हेलो नमस्कार अनि स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु सिक्किम क्रोनिकलमा फेरि एकचोटि यहाँहरूलाई दर्शकवृन्द लेटली म धेरै सिक्किमको यङ माइन्ड्सहरूसँग इन्टरेक्ट गरिरहेको छु अनि आज यस्तै एकजना यङ सिक्किमिज हामीसँग स्टुडियोमा हुनुहुन्छ रिशाल पाण्डे छेत्री र रिशाल पाण्डे छेत्रीलाई हामी सिक्किममा क्विज बोय भनेर पनि भन्दा हुन्छ किनभने उहाँले धेरै धेरै क्विज कम्पिटिसन्समा भाग लिइसक्नु भएको छ भने अहिले आएर हामी सिक्किमको लागि पनि एउटा प्राउड मोमेन्ट हो किनभने रिशालले अब इन्डियालाई रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्नेछ इन वान अफ द क्विज कम्पिटिसन्स टु बी हेल्ड इन ढाका बङ्गलादेश र उहाँ इन्डियालाई रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्नका निम्ति उहाँ सेलेक्ट हुनुभएको छ। धेरै कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ। विल ट्राई टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड द यङ थट प्रोसेस अफ यङ सिक्किमिज। सो रिशाल, फर्स्ट एन्ड फरमोस्ट तपाईँलाई धेरै धेरै कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन्स एन्ड यु आर जस्ट 18 years old, राइट? अनि तपाईँ 18 years हुनुहुन्छ अनि जुन यो सेलेक्सन भएको छ अब तपाईँले इन्डियालाई रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्नुहुन्छ नि, यो क्विज कम्पिटिसनको बारेमा ब्रिफली हामीलाई भनिदिनुहोस्।
सो फर्स्ट अफ अल थ्याङ्क यू टु सिक्किम क्रोनिकल फर इन्भाइटिङ मी। अनि यो क्विज कम्पिटिसन चाहिँ ढाका शाइन क्विज क्लबले कन्डक्ट गरेको छ अनि दिस इज कल्ड ग्लोबल माइन्ड पिडियास 1.0। यसमा चाहिँ लाइक दे आर पार्टिसिपेन्ट्स फ्रम मोर देन 10+ कन्ट्रिज इन्क्लुडिङ कम्बोडिया, थाइल्यान्ड, भियतनाम, इन्डिया, बङ्गलादेश, द होस्ट कन्ट्री इटसेल्फ होइन। अनि यसमा चाहिँ दे हेभ लाइक मोर देन 8 segments अफ क्विजिङ एन्ड दे आर लाइक टिल नाउ they have around 2,000+ registered participants and like what they are trying to look at as is like they want to connect youths from all the countries in this COVID crisis so that like they gain a collective platform so that all the students can like interact and know more about their countries. Ani country like represent garnu in itself is a big thing.
All right, so I mean, how did the process started?
So like the process started in June May it started, and what happened was like they asked like registration was open for everyone and like we had to upload a profile or resume about all the things that we have done in past, like our achievements, and it gives me great honor to see that like among 19,000+ students who had registered from India, I got selected as one of those and like I'll be representing India as an official country representative. Only यसमा चाहिँ what they saw was like a past quizzing experience, like what all we have done, also like other co-curricular activities except for quizzing. Like I had represented Sikkim and like won in robotics competition, also like other social organizations that I have been a part of. They saw all of it, selected me.
Absolutely. Okay, tell us like you have participated in so many quiz competitions. When this interest of like knowing or like brushing your knowledge started?
So I would like to specially thank my father for this because like when I was in class 2 or 3, like सानोमा हुँदाखेरि you don't want to wake up Ben, but my father what he did was Ben used to wake me up like around 4:35 अनि हामी न्युज हेर्थ्यो सँगै and like after that interest जाग्यो about getting to know about world affairs, current affairs and everything that's under the sky. And class 4 मा हुँदाखेरि like I started participating in quiz competitions and quizzing त्यसरी interest जाग्यो and after that when I was in Holy Cross till class 10, our teachers, especially Mukesh sir and Syam sir, they gave me wonderful opportunities to like represent the school and the state in various quiz competitions. And त्यसरी interest जाग्दै गयो and like I'm here now.
So far how many quiz competitions you have participated?
I've participated in like if we talk about the state, national and international level, I've like participated in more than 50+ quiz competitions.
And how many of them you have won?
Majority like 80% of them.
80%. And you like, I mean, what is your like area of interest even in general knowledge?
First of all, myself being a humanities student, world affairs and like global politics and Indian politics is the field that I'm most interested in. After that on to games, then sports and like everything.
All right, so you follow like the politics more closely. Okay, and presently you are studying in DPS Siliguri, right? Okay, tell us about like your social initiative. You said like you started a campaign with your friends, like tell us about the campaigns. Name them.
Like I've been a part of two movements. two campaigns like started by me itself. First of all is Cyber Warriors.
What is Cyber Warriors?
We founded it in when I was in class 10, 2019. Me along with two of my friends, and like what we used to do is we used to aware the young minds of Sikkim, and used to ignite them on various issues pertaining to social medias and like its pros and cons. Like coin has duita side, just say our social media has also pros and cons, but what we Sikkim we lack is like social awareness about internet and its do's and don'ts. So हामीले के गर्यो भन्दाखेरि we formed an organization, Cyber Warriors. We ignited, like we had almost 50,000 plus reach all over India, including offline and online mode, and like we did quiz competitions, like online awareness camps. Then we also did an intra-school quiz and other competition in Majita secondary school along with Aditya and Sevandeep. And like after that, like we were unknown of what to do next, and we got to know that there was a competition or contest started by Google India, and like we applied for it. We also became the winners of Google Web Rangers India contest, where like more than 30,000 plus participants had participated, and we even got awarded by Google. And after I went to Siliguri, then when we go far away from our home state, then like we lose connection about what's happening in our state. Then I had my friends out here, Ashwat and Chultim, like they told me, why don't we start a social organization about environmental issues, because right now that's the most important thing. And after that हामीले Wake Up Movement भन्ने एउटा organized social organization start गर्यो oriented for the youth. After that we even did an inter-school declamation competition, followed by foot rally from Tarun Government College to Gantok, and followed by various other internet online contests that we are doing right now.
So you guys are young leaders who have taken up this initiative, like at least to talk on environment conservation, cyber security. What is your point of view when we talk about environment, when we talk about the biodiversity? What does the young mind of Sikkim thinks on this perspective?
Talking about that, first of all, like we need to start from grassroots level itself. We talk about big things like climate change. We follow a leader, Greta Thunberg. She's someone who's into the field right now, but just by holding posters, just by doing some social media influence, that won't work. Just by signing a petition in change.org, it won't make any difference for us as Sikkimese youths. What we need to do is we need to focus on the grassroots level. Kahaबाट चाहिँ start भयो? Let us take an example of the Tista issue, which is pertaining right now, of hydropower projects. Where does it all start from? It starts from North Sikkim ko Zongo area. So we need to know what's the plight of tribal people out there. We need to know the plight, and we need to work on it. What the people out there want. Right now, talking about environmental conservation, talking about Sikkim and Northeast as a whole, environmental draft aako cha by Government of India, EIA 2020, it's well known. And what does it say? That pharmaceutical companies or everything that's there, companies they don't need a nod from the government to establish it. And that's our main focus right now. That Sikkim as a whole, we are progressing in every aspect, be it education, health sector, everything. But environmental conservation related, what we need to work on it is lacking, I feel, in state of Sikkim. So we need to open up a collective platform for all the Sikkimese youth, so that they can be part of it on a future matter. Whether you have jobs, whether you have everything, it's out on we live in. Out my we live in, and Sikkim is Sikkim, our motherland. That's where we need to lead, and that's where we need to work. And I feel that environmental conservation right now is the most important topic.
Right. Let's talk something on the new education policy 2020. You are a student, you are one of the stakeholders of this policy. What is your take on new education policy?
In my opinion, after 20 years after like Rajiv Gandhi initiated this new education policy, and like after it was drafted by Narendra Modi's government, I feel this is the best thing to do in right now. किनभने अहिले चाहिँ not just scholastic events ma you need to be a part of. Studies le matrai hundaina, good communication skills is what you require right now, and like starting vocational education from class 6 itself, coding, everything from like middle school itself, and like you know focusing on mother language at first till class 5. I feel that it's very good if it is implemented in a good cause. About a policy is drafted, and like if it becomes something like if it's not implemented properly, then it'll be of no use. And I feel that my juniors who are in like class 1 to 5 right now, they are very lucky as compared to us. What it is there in India's education policy is rote learning. Rote learning not itself, you know, like it's 50% rote learning and 50% studying and analyzing things. But from now onwards, it won't be like that. Also, MPhil courses have been discontinued. Like there's free exit and entry point in undergraduate courses also. And I feel that it's very important to do this, and the government has been very successful in doing this. But it'll be more, you know, like it'll be more good if they implement it in better way.
Right. Okay. You represent Millennium Group, what we call the Millennium, right? Millennial. So tell us, like, you know, what are the basic challenges the young Sikkimis like you are facing in the state of Sikkim?
Talking about the challenges that we face in Sikkim as a whole is that, first of all, it's like very thoughtful of the government of introducing CA meritorious scholarships for the young minds who, like, in class 5 itself they are sent to different schools. But what if we can make such great schools like Skindia, Pine Grove in Sikkim itself? But Sikkim, if there is a school of a national importance, then people from outside will come to Sikkim to study. But other states CMs, they'll introduce such scholarships so that students can come in Sikkim itself. But first of all, it's that education in Sikkim, it's fairly normal. If we can introduce something better, such as like when I was in class 10, I opted to choose humanities for my plus 2.
Despite of getting 95%.
Yes.
Right.
But like what I saw was Sikkim good CBSE schools with humanities chaina Sikkim. That's why I had to go to Delhi public school. So with this new education policy being implemented, streams like chuttako chaina after class 11. So that's a good way to look at it. But first of all, like Sikkim, what if good schools, good colleges, good universities, for example, Sikkim State University, जुन चाहिँ camping चलिरहेको छ, what if like after bachelor's or master's ko lagi you don't have options right now. Plus right now in this COVID crisis, parents also like they worry about sending the children to other states. So like if there is a Sikkim State University established in the Sikkim itself, then you know our Sikkim there is tourism. Plus like revenue economy will grow if students from outside come in, they settle, like they work for the private companies and all. What happens is like for colleges revenue born plus there will be PGs and all revenue born. So that's why like we can create an industry of opportunities here in Sikkim itself.
So what do you think? What are the issues the young Sikkimis are struggling with? There are so many issues.
First of all, like Sikkim State University itself is one big issue. After that, talking about Sikkim right now and in COVID crisis right now, what we need is online facilities in villages everywhere. But what we lack is a circle for all the like mobile operators. Sikkim and West Bengal like एउटा segment जोडिदिएको छ, because Sikkim we don't have a warehouse right now. Warehouses are only there in West Bengal, and we are facilitating our network from West Bengal warehouses itself, and that's creating a major problem. Rural area online connectivity chaina, and most of the schools, like majority of the schools have started online classes, and rural Sikkim is facing a problem. the government is doing its measure by like videos or my laptop or bottom this so that they can facilitate internet learning, e-education and all. But there's something that needs to be done above that. About rural Sikkim, what is the main issue is in this pandemic situation, there's like no internet connectivity in some of the extreme rural places of north, west, be it any place. In my village itself, like there's internet connectivity which is lacking, and that's been a major problem for me.
So don't you think suicide, drug addictions are the problems for the youngsters?
So everything starts with mobile, to be very honest. Children of very young age of 3 to 4 are hooked up in phones and all. After that they start using social media, then they get into relationships which are very toxic. In fact, that's causing a very major problem. So there's connection gap between the parents and the children of Sikkim. Children, they'll be studying in schools, they'll be influenced by various other things from Instagram, from Facebook. Their parents, they don't understand that. So that's why if they have a major like relationship or major connection between the children, the young minds of Sikkim, teenagers and the parents, everything will get solved. Talking about suicides and all, it's all it's all interconnected. Suicide, drug abuse, everything. About students who are very young, they don't know what to do when we are teenagers. They get influenced by bad company. Where does that bad company come from? It's the youngsters of Sikkim itself. So talking about taking it to a bigger aspect, SADA Act also. SADA Act, what it does is like about those who take drugs, they need to be not seen as a criminal, but like they need to be given an opportunity to improve themselves, so that
Rehabilitations, you mean to say, right?
If they get an opportunity to improve themselves, I'd say that 70 to 80% of them would improve themselves. They get into bad influence. Anywhere we Sikkim is, we have a pride for our mothers, for our fathers, or our parents in general. So if we take into consideration first thing rehabilitation into more important, more prominent thing, and imparting education. About schools, we are taught about formal education and all. And right now there are clubs in Sikkim also working for this cause. There are various red ribbon clubs set up in various government schools and private schools. But about right now everything is online. So what if we could take this to a more greater aspect by taking it into online and
Alright, Rishal, what is your ambition? What do you aspire to be?
So right now I'm completing my +2 in humanities with pole science as my major. So after class 12, I'll do honors in pole science and international relations, and after that I aspire to become a diplomat and apply for the Indian Foreign Service and see
why Indian Foreign Service?
Because right now everyone talks about IPS, IAS and all, but what we lack as Sikkimis and what we lack as people from Northeast is we are not into diplomacy that much, seeing India in the whole context. So if I become a diplomat and if I can do something for the country, then it'll be a matter of great pride for everyone, because foreign service in itself setting an example for other youths from other countries also. If we become a diplomat, that in itself will be a major upbringing for the young minds of Sikkim.
Alright, okay, so what is your message to the young minds of Sikkim?
My message to the young minds of Sikkim would be just focus on your goal and do what makes you happy. Right now there's so much of chaos right now because of COVID crisis, pandemic, everything. So focus on your goal at the first stage and be happy. That's what counts. Everything will follow. If you'll be happy and if you'll be diligent, determined, and if you'll be dedicated to your goal, then success will itself follow you. But you need to be happy at first. Most of most of my friends also, like, they're not happy with themselves right now. First ma chai just be happy with yourself, just spend time with your family, everything will follow. Ani determination, I follow this 3Ds mantra.
What are those?
Determination, dedication and diligence. If you follow this 3Ds, then you'll succeed in your life, and success in itself will follow you.
All right, thank you so much, Rishal, and congratulations and all the best for your competition. And you'll be representing India in this international quiz competition, and we are in fact we're really proud of you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
speaking with us. So हामी यङ माइन्ड्सहरू सिक्किमको यङ ब्रेन्सहरूसँग इन्टरेक्ट गरिरहेका छौँ टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड दे पर्सपेक्टिभ अन इस्युज एन्ड दे पर्सपेक्टिभ अन लाइक यु नो सर्टन थिङ्स. अनि रिसाल इज वान अफ देम. अनि तपाईँलाई रिसालसँगको इन्टरेक्सन कस्तो लाग्यो? प्लिज डु सेन्ड अस योर फिडब्याक्स एन्ड कमेन्ट्स इन द कमेन्ट बक्स बिलो, एन्ड विल बी ब्याक विथ सिमिलर यङ माइन्ड्स विथ अनदर इन्सपायरिङ स्टोरी. Until then, with my camera person Ashish Gurung, this is Nirmal saying goodbye and thanks for watching.